Hello guys, welcome. This is Deepika from wealthandhealthmastery.com, and in this video we are going to see how to create PowerPoint presentations in Canva. So the first thing is we need to do is create a design here and look for PowerPoint. So we have three options here: presentation for mobile, presentation for in the ratio of 4:3, and then you have presentation by 16:9 ratio. So 16:9 ratio is something that will be applied on things like desktop. So that is the aspect ratio. So if you wanted to present your presentation on a desktop or a laptop, that's what you're going to use. Presentation of 4:3 is basically good for iPads. If you are going to show your presentation on iPads and you want to make that representation look more appealing on iPad, then you're going to choose this one, which is presentation in the ratio of 4:3. And then you have presentation which is mobile first with the ratio of 9:16. So if you want to show your presentation on phone and that is your main medium of your presentation, then you're going to choose the presentation which is mobile first. I personally am going to choose the presentation with the aspect ratio of 16:9, and this is where I'm going to click. So click on that. And there are a lot of templates that Canva provides out of the box, which you can customize to whatever you want. So here, these are the different templates that are available for your presentation, and you can pick up whichever you want from the list. Now from here, if you want a particular theme color or a presentation which is related to, let's say, food industry or things like that, you can go actually look for something called as food, and you'll see presentations which are according to that food related. Similarly, if you want presentations in a particular color, let's say you want black and yellow is your theme and this is what you want to present in that same presentation, then you can use multiple different color presentations which are in yellow and black color. And if you don't have any preference, you can choose any of these templates that are available. So I'm going to go ahead and unselect it. And there are different types of templates that are available. Now there are school related, university related. You can choose from all of this. I personally don't want. Let's say you want a particular color, you can choose it, a green color, science related. So you have different templates that are there to pick from. Let's say you want business related, so it's going to show you some corporate presentations. Let's say we like something like this. So we click on it, and what you want to do is with just one click, it will apply this particular templates, it will add it to your presentation. So I'm going to go and say apply all 15 pages, and it is going to create the whole complete deck here. You can see here, this is the complete deck of 15 pages here. This is my first page, second page, third page, etc. Now, whatever you see on this template, you can change it, you can customize it, you can change your own images, you can change the font, text, style, color, size, etc. You can change these elements, you can change pretty much everything on this template. If you want to change the background of this, you can change the background of the template from here. If you want a different color, you can do that. And let's say we didn't like something like this. If you want to go with this blue, and this is how it's going to look like. Now if you want to change all these presentations, you can click on this change all button and you'll go over to there. Okay, so if you don't want it, I'm going to just go back to my white color, and this looks pretty cool. So this is how you create a point presentation. Now onto this, let's say you like something else, and from this presentation you liked in a different, let's say this blue also kind of goes with our. So if from here, if you want a particular from a different template, if you want a page of it, then all you have to do is, let's say you do add page, you click on this middle and you add a page here. And over here, let's say you liked this blue or with this diagram on it, you can click on it, and this becomes your another page that has been added onto your presentation. So you only don't have to stick to your template, you can pick and choose from other templates as well, and you can customize those templates. So your presentation can be a combination of different templates, but you always have to be very careful on the consistency of the templates. You don't want every deck slide to be of different color. You want consistency, you want font consistency, you want the color consistency across all the presentation. So you want to make sure you don't choose all the different variants of different templates. One is of blue color, one is of red color. Nobody's going to like that presentation, and that's not going to look professional. So you have to be very careful when you're choosing a template, and that's why you stick to the template, because then it has that consistency across the whole PowerPoint slide. So let's say I don't want it, so I can go ahead and right click on it and just go over to delete page, and it is going to delete this particular part from the presentation. Now over here, let's say this is the image that you have. Now if you wanted to change this to something else, all you need to do is, if you right click on it, it'll say detach image, and you can get rid of this, and there is a frame, the circular frame behind it. Now over here you want an office building. Let's say this is what you like, and you can search for a particular picture here. Go over to photos, and let's say you liked this one, so I'm going to go ahead and put this as my picture over here, and this looks pretty cool. So it tells you about your company. You can change this text about, let's say, wealth and health mastery, and you can expand it a little, and this is how it's going to look like. Okay, this is too big, that's why it's kind of looks like about wealth and health mastery, or we can just say wealth and health mastery here. You can add a little bit description about it. Now if you want to change your picture to this picture to yours picture, simple here. I'm going to delete it, delete the frame, delete the image here, and then you can go over to the uploads, and you can upload your image from here. So let's say I liked this image of mine, so I'm going to go ahead and put this image over here. And if you double click on it, what you can do is you can move this, and you can resize it to something like this. So now it looks pretty cool. The full picture is there. If you want to change it like this, you can do that also. So you have your first slide ready to go. Now if you want to add any kind of transitions in between the slides, so that is also very simple. What you can do is you can either hover your mouse, and there is an option to add transition over right here, or if you right click on it and then right click on this of this slide, then there is an option to add transition. So if let's say you want something, add transition here, there are different transitions that are available: dissolve, slide, circle, wipe, things like that. Let's say you like the slide transition, so I'm going to go ahead and choose this option. And what is the duration of that you want? You want it a little bit slowly sliding it, or you want it fast? So let's say we want a little bit more, so I'm going to go ahead and change it to this. And over here, which direction do you want? This direction, right direction, or from top to bottom? So you can choose whichever direction you want here. And let's say we liked something of this direction or this one. Okay, let's just start from the left side. Then there are different options under it: circle wipe, color wipe, line wipe. So let's say we do circle wipe. So I'm going to go ahead and do something like this. So this is how it's going to look like, circle wipe here. And what is the duration of that circle you want? Then you can change it also in and out. You want it out, or you want it in. Okay, this is the difference between in, and this is the difference between in and out. Okay, if you want to add this transition to all the pages, you can click on this apply between all pages. And if you want a different transition for each slide, you can do that. But let's say we go with apply between all pages. So we'll go and click on this, and what it'll do is it is going to add this transition. And if you see here, this transition is available in between all the different slides. Now let's say for some slides you don't want a transition, and why would that be? I'll tell you a reason for it. Let's say if you remember in PowerPoint, what you have, there is an option to, let's say, move this element first, then the second element, and then the third element, right? You want that kind of thing in Canva. That's not possible. You can't arrange the elements that, okay, this element on this page will come first, then after that the second element will come, the third element will come, and the fourth. But you can achieve a similar effect within Canva without using any animations. And how do you do that? For example, if you go over to, let's say, this, okay, this is the slide. Now in the first slide, you want this risk assessment to appear, then you want this, the first one to appear, then the second one to appear, then the third one, fourth one, fifth one, right? If you want something like this, what you can do is, first thing is you will get rid of the animation here. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this animation. So we'll click on it and we'll change it to none. Similarly, what I'll do is I'll duplicate this particular slide 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it. So right click on it and you have a duplicate page. Similarly, right click on it, duplicate page, 3, and then 4, and we'll do it 6 times. 5, the total 5 times, and then another one 6 times. And I'm going to remove the transition from here so that we don't, it feels like we are on the same slide. Okay, so we'll remove the transition, none, and none here again, and none here again. Okay, so we have removed the transition from these 5 slides, and what we'll do is we'll go over to the first slide here, and you will only have risk assessment and you'll get rid of everything else. Okay, so I've selected it. The way I've selected it is basically move your cursor outside of the frame and you just hold your left mouse and then just select everything, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit delete. So this is my first slide which only has risk assessment, and let's say we increase the size to 80. Okay, this is the risk assessment here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it in the center. Then in the next slide, I'm going to get rid of these elements and only keep the first part. So I'm going to go ahead and only keep the first one. Then in the second slide, I'm only going to keep first and second and get rid of all these 3. Okay, in the third slide, I'll keep the third one along with the first 2, and then I'm going to get rid of this one. And then similarly, I'll go to the next one. I have done till 3. Now the fourth one, I'll keep it and I'll get rid of this 5th one, and then this will remain the same. Now if you present this slide, it will give you the same look as how it was, that okay, this first element came, then the second element came, then the third element came. So what I'll do here is I'll present it, and you'll click on present, and we'll just do present full screen for the timing. Okay, we'll just do present here, and you can see I'll go back. Actually, I should have started from the beginning. So I'll take the slide all the way to the front. So in the beginning of the slide, so I'm going to go ahead and take it all the way over here, and then do a present, and then do present here. Okay, so I'll use my arrow key to go to the next slide. So this is my second slide, this is my third slide, this is my fourth slide, this is my 5th slide, and next, next, next. So now risk assessment has appeared by itself. Then it goes to the first one, then the second one, then the third one, then the fourth, and then the 5th. So it gave you a look that okay, this is the first element got added, then the second element, but actually what it is happening is it is going through the next slides. Okay, first slide, then the second slide, then the third slide. So you can achieve the similar look of element after element within Canva, even though Canva doesn't have that option of within the slide if you want to add first element, then the second element, then the third. You don't have that option in Canva, but this way you can give the same look and feel. So now I'll use the escape to get out of it, and this is my present mode here. Now similarly, if you want to add any notes here to the presentation, let's say you want to add something for yourself, okay, to remind you to talk about some trigger points, etc. So here you can add your notes, this one, and this notes section will only be available in the presenter mode. So there is a mode called as presenter mode where you see a different look and feel of your presentation, and the audience sees a different look and feel of the presentation. And the way to do it is if you go over to the present, there is first option is present full view, the second option is presenter view, the third option is present and record, and the fourth is autoplay. Autoplay is very self-explanatory, means it is going to automatically play your presentation slides one after the other. You don't even have to use your arrow keys to go to the next slide, and the timing will be based on, here you can see here 5 seconds is, so one slide will remain for 5 seconds, then it will go to the next and then to the next. Okay, present and record is very simple. If you want to record yourself when you are presenting this, then you can use this present and record option. So your slide will be shown, and also in the corner you will be shown as well. And then this is the presenter view. So when you click on the presenter view, you're going to have 2 views here. So present, and you can see here first view is the presenter window. This is your presenter window here. You will have the notes will be there. Then you will have the next slides. So basically when you are displaying this presentation in an office laptop or on office screen, so you'll have your laptop open, and then you'll have a something called as projector, and on a projector in the screen, and on that screen you wanted to have an audience view. So this is your presenter view, and then if you move it around, if you move this window around, in behind this window there is an audience view as well. So this is your view. So let me move it. So you can see here there is a presenter view, and then if there is an audience view over here. So this is what you are going to see, and then behind this it's going to be an audience view. That is what you will put it on your another screen here. The notes and everything will only be visible to you, and the next slides that you see here will only be visible to you as well, whereas the audience is only going to see this main area here, which is your risk assessment. Okay, this is what your audience is going to see. So over here there are multiple magic shorts here which is available. So if you click on it, if you want a look of, if you want to make the slide to blur, then you can choose this option and your slide is going to be blur. Similarly, if you want ask the people to be quiet, you can use this emoji over here. If you want a bubbles in the presentation, this is what's going to look like. I'm going to get rid of blur, so you have to unselect it. Then confetti, very simple. If you want to add these drum rolls, curtain call, mic drop, and then clear. So there are different kind of look and feel that you can go for, and we'll go back here and then escape again. And this is what your presenter view is. So you'll have a different look and feel, whereas your audience is going to have a different look and feel. The same slide would be shown to both of them. It's just that you will also see next slides. You'll also see your notes, which is going to be hidden from your audience. So that is what a presenter view is. Okay, view your notes and upcoming slides. That is what the presenter view would look like. And then this is your present full screen, which we want to present it the way we just did it. So that is available over here. If you want to download your presentation, you can download it as a PDF standard. What will happen is if there is no any animations, then you will, if there are any animations and you download it as PDF standard, those animations will not be available. So you have to download it as an MP4, and I'll be very careful when you're adding animations to your PowerPoint deck, right? So we'll leave it as PDF standard here, and then you can download it. You can also share it on social media. So there are different options to share it on social media also. And if you want to share it with the team, let's say you have a group of people that you're working with, you can share with them as well by entering their email addresses here. You can share your presentation with them. You can also give them a public view link where they'll be able to view your presentation. You don't have to upload it or anywhere in Dropbox and things like that. You can just create a view link for them, and this is how they will see the presentation. Okay, so there are multiple things that you can do within this. So you have the option to create that look of element after the element. You can change whatever you want. You can change images on here. You want to change the font style, all of that you can do it through the elements. Let's say you want to add over here, there is this, let's go back here. You have this, you have this. Let's say you want to change it, these elements to a check mark. Then what you can do is you go over to the elements, you get rid of this, and then you look for check mark. And here you can move this check mark over to this and reduce the size of this check mark and put it on top of it. So this is your element that you have added. Similarly, the same element you can do a Control-C, Control-V, and you drop it over here. Okay, if you want to change the color of this green to, let's say, blue, you can do that, or you can change it to this yellow. That will give a different look. Similarly, over here you can change it to this yellow. So you can add elements also. You can change anything on the text, but don't add too much text on the presentation, because then what will happen is the people are going to be reading the text rather than paying attention to what you're talking. So reduce the text to the minimum when you are creating presentation, and you can customize this so this looks much more professional when you create a presentation through Canva. The colors are more popping and more nicer looking. Now PowerPoint slides that you used to create through Microsoft are now old times, right? Now you have Canva to create some cool presentations. So this is how you have it. One important thing is, if let's say you wanted to copy the style of one element into the other element, then there is a copy style button. So let's say if you go over here, there is this copy style button. So if you want to add this particular style of this, so you'll copy the style and you can select this and you can add the same style over to this text also. So there is a copy style button here to copy the style of one element over to the other element. Similarly, you have effects. If you wanted to add your text with a background on it, you can do that. If you want to animate it, I won't recommend you to animate the presentation at the point, but if you want to animate it, you can use these different options, pan, fade, etc. So these are the different animations that you can choose from. So that is it. So you can customize your presentation, you can add effects to it, and then when you're ready to do, you can download your presentation as well as a PDF standard. If you want to include your notes when you're downloading it, you can check this check marks and your notes will also be downloaded with your presentation. So this is the download options that are available. So I hope you are enjoying this tutorial and you got an idea on how to create PowerPoint presentations within Canva. I'm going to see you in the next video. Thank you.